Good evening, everyone. It's Ride for Kids Day. Thank you so much for joining us this evening as we celebrate the culmination of a summer where riders all across the country came together to ride and support the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation and our mission of building a world without childhood brain tumors. My name is Bob McNamara, and I am proud to be your host and to represent the PBTF and Ride for Kids this evening. I'm also super excited to be back here at Honda Studio 540. Our amazing longtime presenting partner, American Honda, continues to play a major role in the success of Ride for Kids. And even through 31 years of support, they continue to find new ways to support our mission. We'll hear more from Honda later in our program, and we have some super cool Honda motorcycles to give away as well. But before we get to that though, we're here to celebrate a few things. The Ride for Kids is the longest running charitable motorcycle ride in the country. And this summer, we have had riders everywhere get involved through a variety of events. Long distance rides like Why We Ride, dual sport events, large rally events such as Americade. We had riders getting out on their own and participating in the Rever Million Mile Challenge. For the first time, we hosted our own Facebook Riding Challenge. And everything wrapped up today with thousands of riders participating in their local community at Ride for Kids all across the country. We've had just about any type of ride and rider supporting us this year. We've had fundraisers, large and small, supporting these efforts, and volunteers working tirelessly all year to navigate this new world we find ourselves in. We cannot do it without these amazing volunteers, and we cannot thank everyone enough who rode for us this summer. As you saw at the beginning of our show, in addition to Honda, we have dozens of generous sponsors who contribute to our success. Whether in support of a local ride or the national campaign, these sponsors came alongside of you, our riders, to show that they value your commitment to our stars, those children diagnosed with a brain tumor. This year saw the addition of a new national partner, GEICO, who has helped to make a significant impact on our mission by supporting the Rever Million Mile Challenge and some of our local events. We are also grateful for the second-year partnership with Comoto Family of Brands, Cycle Gear, J&P Cycles, Rever, Revzilla, and more, who bring another level of excitement, energy, awareness, and support to our cause. From the Rever Challenge to hosting the Philadelphia Ride for Kids, Comoto has embraced the mission of the PBTF. And we will also get a chance later tonight to hear from Ken Murphy, the CEO of Comoto, and to celebrate more about what this partnership means to the Ride for Kids. You would think that would be enough for one evening. But no, this is the Ride for Kids, people. There is so much more to talk about. We have some cool stories to share, some mission impact to cover, and of course, we have to celebrate how much money has been raised and give away those motorcycles. When COVID hit a couple of years ago, everyone had to adapt. The Ride for Kids was no different, and we learned a lot along the way. Probably the biggest thing we came to understand was that we needed to meet riders wherever they are. Some of you love the traditional Ride for Kids events and parties, but some are in other areas of the country, or just like to ride in different ways: off-road, long distance, solo rides, racing. Utilizing technology and social media, the Ride for Kids has expanded and grown and allowed riders everywhere to get involved. One of the great stories from this year comes from Broman. Broman Brapsody is his blog, and he is an influencer on social media who has been part of the Ride for Kids for years. And this year, he rode coast to coast from Raleigh, North Carolina to Santa Monica, California, over 7,000 miles and 24 states in 18 days on a BMW R18. And he raised over $11,000 doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet Broman.
Hey, I'm Ian Joyce with the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation, and I'm here with Broman Brapsody.
Hey, Ian, how are you, sir?
Good. Roman just finished riding back and forth across America on a BMW R18 Transcontinental to raise funds for PBTF. How's the fundraising going?
It's going pretty well. I went a little over my target, and I'm hoping to get even more along the way.
And how far have you gotten on that?
I had a goal of 10,000. I think I'm at 10,600 right now.
Fantastic.
Let me see if I can get to 50.
I'm rooting for you. I think you're going to crush it.
Oh, thank you. I hope so too.
So, how many miles?
8,200 miles.
8,200.
Yes, sir.
And what was your favorite state?
I struggle with this question. I really struggle with this question. Every state has its own little nuance, own little thing to see. But based on that, so I covered 25 states.
Mm-hmm.
Out of those 25, I'm gonna give it to Wyoming by the slightest edge, just because of the natural beauty that I saw. I wasn't expecting that. I was like, wow. But it's hard to pick. Wyoming, Idaho, California, Colorado. Colorado is just dropped dead gorgeous again. So you pick any one of these states.
Oh, I would. But you do it for the kids.
You do it for the kids. And when you're out on a motorcycle, though, it's part of an adventure. You're trying. It's that rebellious side in you.
Yeah.
If you want to be really comfortable, you do it in a car with air conditioning and all of that.
Yeah.
But there's something about riding a motorcycle. That's the sense of the adventure.
Yeah.
And when you're doing it for a cause, you have to push through it.
So you did this for PBTF.
Yes, sir.
In a few words, why?
So this is a cause. Like, there's two parts to this answer. The first is, so my mother used to do a lot of work with underprivileged kids back home in India, and she passed away about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been thinking for 10 years of finding a way where I can take her work forward, but yet put my own twist on it.
Mm-hmm.
I love motorcycling. I'm passionate about motorcycling. This cause gives me this, like if you're drawing a Venn diagram, you do a thing about your passion, and you get this compassion. And this is that part where it's passion and compassion that meet together. Why not?
Yes.
And the second part of my answer is, I've done the North Carolina Triangle ride for kids for a few years, not for the last 4 years or so. And every time I go to the ride, they bring out the stars, the survivors.
Yes.
You should see their eyes when they sit in those sidecars of some of the riders right up in the front. Their eyes just light up when they see motorcycles.
Yeah.
Like guys like you and I, when we're sitting around a coffee shop or somewhere, we'll argue about, which brand's better than the other, and why a certain brand makes you feel a certain way, whereas the other one doesn't, blah, blah, blah. To them, they don't care.
It's all good.
It could be a Honda, a Harley, an Indian, a BMW, a Ducati. They don't care. For them, it's a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And that's the innocence. That takes me back to the times when I was a child, when I'd see someone riding a motorcycle and be like, "Oh, motorcycle!" So, and that's what motorcycling should incite in you. It should excite the child within you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to do it for the kids. You got to pay it forward. And I'm trying to extend my mother's legacy. So.
Thank you, Broman. So very cool. Now, we're not asking all of you to go out and ride 7,000 miles next summer. Not everyone has the time to ride across country or the stamina. But there are so many other ways to show your commitment. And we have found that people enjoy all kinds of riding events. And they can all look a little bit different. Back in 2013, there was an award-winning documentary called Why We Ride that was started to tell the history of the legendary Ironman racer Ed Kretz. However, it quickly became evident that Kretz's story of passion and persistence was shared among all motorcyclists, young and old, male and female, competitive racer, and leisure rider alike. This film wasn't going to be about the who, what, or where. It was going to be about the we. And hence it was fitting that the title of this evolving cinematic journey became Why We Ride. Since then, the creators of the film and others realized they had captured something special. They knew that the dedication and generosity of the motorcycle community was, and still is, an incredible resource. And they set out to harness that, much like we do with Ride for Kids. When one of their film crew members passed away from a brain tumor he had been battling since childhood, they decided that their efforts to promote the good of motorcycling would now be guided by a mission to raise funds and awareness for those facing life's challenges and hardships. To do that, the Why We Ride team has put together a weekend ride to the Quail Motorcycle Gathering in Northern California. After a couple years hiatus, they were back at it this year and supporting the Ride for Kids. Let's take a look at Why We Ride to the Quail.
If you don't see me here, you need to send help. I'm gonna be here every year for the rest of my life.
It's about camaraderie, it's about family, it's a lot of fun. I've made a lot of good friends along the way.
Motorcycles, the friends, the riding, the charity.
Everything is just beautiful. I'll be coming again and again.
When you get into that rhythm that all of us bikers know, and you don't even have to think about it because the bike takes over, and you just go with the flow of the bike, and it's almost like you're dancing, and it's a wonderful feeling.
Charity comes out of that spirit of motorcycling. If somebody has got a broken down bike on the side of the road, a million minivans are going to go past you, but the one guy in a pickup truck that day who's a motorcyclist is going to pull over and say, hey, do you need some help? So charity is just part of our DNA as riders. And so motorcyclists have ended up becoming one of the biggest contributors for charitable organizations around the world.
Motorcycle community is all about helping others. I think obviously somebody else inspired me, and hopefully I'm inspiring others. I know for a fact I'm inspiring my daughter that, you know, you can do anything.
What I found is that when you get those people together and you find out how much they want to help, especially for really worthwhile causes like the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation, you find them coming together and you finding having something more in common than just going out and riding around on two wheels, and that you really want to kind of make a difference. And I think that's what really kind of brings us all together.
The cause is absolutely important because we were blessed with having healthy boys, and we've seen friends that go through tragedies with their children, and it's so important to be able to help others.
It was just breathtaking.
I really enjoy the intersection of helping kids and getting the word out and getting people on bikes and having them have a good time.
And my nephew got a brain tumor when he was 7. It took only 8 months for it to take his life. It just happened so quick, and there wasn't a lot of knowledge about it. That's going to be changed by funding. The Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation does a lot with the money. They do research, they do family support. They're in there and they're helping the families.
The wind, the freedom, the speed, the joy.
Some days it's the power, I want the throttle. Other days I want to be alone with my thoughts. Some days I just want to travel. Other days I want to be with my friends.
It's my piece of heaven where no one has to call me, talk to me, until I actually stop somewhere.
Giving is one of the greatest things that we can do.
I ride because for Joe.
I'm coming next year for sure. For the riding, food, people, and to support a great, awesome cause.
That's so great. Thank you to everyone at Why We Ride for continuing to be part of the Ride for Kids. It is partnerships like these that really help to drive our success. This year, in addition, we've also partnered with the Americade Rally in New York, off-road events in California and Alabama, several riding groups across the country, all of these bringing new audiences and riders to the Ride for Kids. And perhaps the most successful of these was the Million Mile Challenge on Rever. The fact that Ride for Kids is engaging new audiences is not lost on the general motorcycle community and industry. There is power in numbers. And because so many riders care about children with brain tumors, others want to be a part of it. And it is starting to pay off. This year, we welcome back GEICO Motorcycle as a national partner. GEICO not only saw an opportunity to impact our wonderful cause, but to be aligned with a cause that is motivating riders to get out and ride. GEICO teamed up with Rever and Comoto to sponsor the Million Mile Challenge. Both GEICO and Comoto offered up $25,000 each, or 5 cents a mile, if riders in the challenge could reach 1 million miles in total. Well, we smashed that goal. Over 1.2 million miles ridden, 16,200 total rides tracked, and 1,250 individual riders, unlocking $50,000, $25,000 each from GEICO and Comoto. Thank you to all of those riders who participated and to GEICO and Comoto for motivating them. The Comoto Family of Brands has not stopped there. They joined Ride for Kids as a national partner last year and have activated activities across all their brands, Rever, Cycle Gear, J&P Cycles, Revzilla, and others. In fact, today, across all their platforms, they are donating 10% of all shopping proceeds back to the PBTF and Ride for Kids. Which means you still have time to jump on the Revzilla website and make a purchase. But don't leave the program just yet. Tonight, we are joined by Ken Murphy, CEO of Comoto, who will share with us the full scope of their support of Ride for Kids and all they are doing to support our stars. Welcome, Ken.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ken Murphy, and I'm the president and CEO of the Comoto Family of Brands. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to join together with all of you virtually, if only for a few minutes this evening, to say, first of all, congratulations, and secondly, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who was involved in making this year's Ride for Kids such a remarkable success. Today was, of course, Ride for Kids Day, but the work that went into today and the effort that went into making the Ride for Kids event this year such a remarkable success began many, many months ago. It was so humbling to see the outpouring of support and advocacy and hard work that went in to ensuring this year's event was such a success. With volunteers all over the country, members of the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation, and members of organizations like my own and others who came together to help support this amazing cause for this amazing organization. The work to support PBTF and the Ride for Kids specifically, as I said, began long ago. I'm honored to share with you that the Comoto Family of Brands was able to support this cause this year in a variety of different ways. We talked about Ride for Kids at our bike nights at Cycle Gear stores. We had all sorts of social media support. Earlier this summer, many of you may have even participated in the Rever Ride for Kids Challenge. This was something we joined together with our partners and friends at GEICO to raise money for folks for riding. We were able to have over 1.2 million miles ridden in the Ride for Kids Challenge, 16,200 total rides tracked, 1,250 individual riders, and that collectively created a $50,000 sponsorship or donation from the Comoto Family of Brands and GEICO combined to the PBTF. I was at the Ride for Kids event today in Philadelphia. What a remarkable occasion. What an incredible celebration. What a really encouraging and inspiring event to see so many people come together, not only for the ride, but supporting this event in other ways as well. I was there with my young children, and we had an absolute spectacular time. And I know that happened in many places all over the country. So again, congratulations and thank you to those who helped support that. Today, for the Comoto family of brands, which is Revzilla, Cycle Gear, and J&P Cycles, was a particularly big day for PBTF. 10% of everything we sold today, whether it was online or in our stores, goes to the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. We haven't seen the final tally yet, but I'm expecting to be north of $300,000 that the Comoto Family of Brands was able to help donate this year between the Ride for Kids Challenge, between some third-party sponsorships, some outright donations, and then our 10% of proceeds today. So again, I know it's been a long day. I know folks are tired and beat, but the work you're doing is absolutely helping the PBTF reach one day its mission of finding a cure for pediatric brain tumors. The work that we do is help families in crisis, and I can't thank you enough. It's such an amazing organization. It's hard not to be inspired when we see it all come together like it has today and this summer. So again, congratulations to you all. Thank you to everyone who helped make this happen. And here's to an even bigger and better Ride for Kids in 2023. Good night, everybody. Take care.
Thank you, Ken. We are so grateful for all the support Comoto brings to the Ride for Kids. Your team is fantastic to work with, and altogether, the Comoto team has helped us to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars again this year, creating massive impact towards our mission. An amazing job all around. For 31 years, American Honda has been the presenting sponsor of Ride for Kids. Honda is incredibly committed to our mission. It has been part of their DNA and culture within their powersports team and their loyal customers. Since Honda became part of the Ride for Kids, the PBTF has directly served over 15,000 families, funded over $49 million in scientific discovery, provided more than $5 million in financial relief to families, invested $750,000 in academic-driven research conferences and symposiums, and partnered with leading medical institutions, directly transforming the treatment landscape for children with brain tumors. I don't think that it's a reach to say none of this happens without American Honda coming on board with the Ride for Kids in 1991. Joining us tonight, all the way from Alpharetta, Georgia, is Bill Savino, Department Lead, Customer Engagement for Honda Powersports and Products. Bill is here to share with us a little bit about Honda's commitment to Ride for Kids. Welcome, Bill. Thank you for being with us and for hosting us here at Honda tonight.
Thanks, Bob, and hello. I'm Bill Savino with American Honda, and I'm coming to you from my home office here in Georgia, where the Ride for Kids started. I'm happy to be here on behalf of American Honda and say a few words and tell you how proud I am, and we are, to be supporting this great organization for 31 years. And how about the evolution of Ride for Kids? How far they've come in these 31 years. It's truly amazing. Obviously, there was a huge shift during COVID, which developed this new idea to hold a one-day event across the country, National Ride for Kids Day. And today being September 18th, it is National Ride for Kids Day. So I hope all of you are out there riding and raising money and raising funds for this great organization. But let's not forget about all the other ways that you can get involved with Ride for Kids. The dual sport events, the Why We Ride to the Quail event, Americade, and the Rever Million Mile Challenge. All of these let you get involved and raise funds for this great organization. All while helping raise $1.5 million per year with the hopes of getting in that $2 to $3 million range in the upcoming years. I'd like to say thank you to all the riders, the organizations, the dealers, the clubs, and especially the volunteers. Without you, these events don't happen and this just doesn't go where it's going. So again, thank you to everyone that is supporting the Ride for Kids. Before I pass it back to Bob, let me touch on American Honda's involvement with the Ride for Kids. Honda's been committed for 31 years to the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation and Ride for Kids, and this year it just got better. This year, Honda has donated even more money to the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation for development of a patient family portal. This will provide easier access for the families facing this devastating diagnosis. Ultimately, this will connect the families with the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation to help them navigate their child's treatment. Honda is proud to walk alongside you and our star families and is committed to helping the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation meet these families where they're at and help them get support that they need. So now the exciting part. I know you've all been waiting for this, and it's time to give away some Honda motorcycles. So let me do this. Let me pass it back to Bob, and he'll take the honors of handing out these great shiny new Honda motorcycles. Take it away, Bob.
Thanks, Bill. We are always so appreciative of everything Honda does for the PBTF and the Ride for Kids. Are we ready to give away some motorcycles? This is awesome. We have 4 different bikes to give away this evening. We have a Honda CB500F. When it comes to versatility and value, if there's one bike that really stands out in Honda's 2022 lineup, it has to be this bike. We have a CBR 300R. It's a lightweight champion. It's a machine that delivers the best of the sports bike experience, and it does it in a size that makes it even more fun to ride. We have a CRF 300L Rally, where the world is your playground, where the dirt ends and the road begins. The Rally is waiting to bring adventure bike capability to your everyday commute. And we have a Rebel 500, which is just head-turning performance. You can go all in on agility style with the Rebel 500. And we really, again, have to say thank you to Honda for their generous support and providing this additional incentive to all of you who fundraise to just work a little bit harder. This is something that's unique to the Ride for Kids, and we can't thank Honda enough. The drawing tonight comprises the participants all across the country, and everyone who was registered online as of 11:59 p.m. on Friday evening has an entry in this drawing. If you raised $150 to $499, you have 3 additional entries. If you raise $999, you have 10 entries. And if you raised $1,000 to $2,499, you have 20 entries. And everyone who raised more than $2,500 has 30 entries. So you see where we're going with this, people. The more money you raise, the better chance you have to win a motorcycle. And we thank all of our fundraisers, large and small, for what they do to help us get to where we are. This year, we're going to use a randomizing software to draw the winners, and everyone has been loaded in that system based on the criteria I just laid out. We're going to start with the CB500F and work down to the Rebel. However, you can only win one bike. And once you win, you are automatically removed from the following drawing. But everybody else stays in each drawing. So good luck, everyone. Oh, wait, before we draw the winners, I have some news hot off the press. As of right now, drum roll, please. We have raised over $1.2 million for the 2022 Ride for Kids. Over $1.2 million. And there's still money coming in. We still have the shopping money from Comoto to finish up. There are people out there I know who are still bringing in donations. How far can we move that number? I really like to see us get to 1.5 million this year. So as a fundraiser, remember you have until the end of October to finalize your fundraising, But I would like to put out a challenge to each of you. Let's make a commitment to drive this number up. There are thousands of us who participated across the country. If we could all make one last donation and send out one last fundraising push to our friends and family, just think, if all of us committed to adding $100 more each, we could add several $100,000 to our mission. Okay, there's my push. Get out there and let's move that number a little bit. But let's see who's going to get a brand new Honda. We've got some cool bikes. We are going to start with the CB500F. Ready, Michael? Run that computer. And the winner is Angela Loudermilk. Congratulations. That's awesome. The next bike we're drawing for is the Rebel 500. Here we go. Asperto Morales. Asperto, you are a winner. Let's get to the next bike. We've got the PRF 300L Rally. Who's going to be the winner? Sue Neese. Congratulations. That's a cool looking bike. And our last drawing for the evening is for the CBR 300R. Roll it away. Thomas Miller, you're a winner. So congratulations to all of our winners. This is so fantastic. I love giving away stuff like this. How often do you get to give away motorcycles? So cool. So for all of our winners, we're going to send them a notification by tomorrow to let them know how they can claim their new motorcycle. All right, as we get ready to wind down our program tonight, we promised you that you would hear from some of our star families and just learn a little bit more about some of the journeys that these families are on and what the PBTF and all that each of you does means to these families. So we're going to take a serious moment now to hear from two families, and then I'll be back to close out our evening.
I don't know where we would be without the Brain Tumor Foundation and the people that support the Brain Tumor Foundation. Thank you, because it gave us connectivity to real humans who understood what we were going through. You're not alone.
Nicholas, if you were a superhero, who would you be?
I would be Hungry Man.
Who is Hungry Man?
It's me. Right. Now. It's me right now.
It's so important to us, to our child, and to our family as a whole to maintain our family unit. But without your financial support, we wouldn't be here.
We're thankful for the help that we got. We're thankful for the support, the therapists and the doctors that we got on this journey. But we also make us think that we are lucky to have Valentine in our life, because it helps us to see through her eyes how strong a child could be.
And overall, it has made us better persons. I think we are more conscious that life can change from one moment to another. So you have to cherish the best moments. And I think that's something that I know we have to be grateful for.
And they're fighters.
Yes.
They're fighters. And it's a fight that is worthy to fight along them.
Wow, 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 what an incredible night. Another hugely successful Ride for Kids Day, and really a whole summer of riding in support of our stars. We cannot thank all of you enough for being part of this and helping us to reach our goals and to help us serve our star families and drive the necessary research needed to get us closer to building a world without childhood brain tumors. Before we go, I want to give a shout out to all the volunteers who make Ride for Kids happen. We certainly cannot do this without you. I want to thank everyone here at Honda, and especially the team here at Studio 540 for making this evening possible. Thank you to the Comoto team, GEICO, and all of our sponsors across the country. Thank you to the entire team at PBTF who do all the work behind the scenes, and especially to Alyssa and Michael for all their hard work. Most importantly, I want to thank our stars and star families for sharing their journeys with us and inspiring us to ride for kids. We've done an amazing thing, people. We have raised a boatload of money. And there's more to come as the shopping proceeds come in and final donations from all across the country. Plus, you still have 30 days to wrap up your own personal fundraising. This has been a special year, and again, we cannot thank you enough for all you've done. So thank you for joining us, everyone. Happy Ride for Kids Day. Good night.